All right, one of the things I love, Erik, is like being behind the scenes and having these private, intimate conversations. You've got a great bio, which we sent out. They're going to read that. But do you mind just taking a moment before we get started and tell us a little about who is Erik and what is Erik up to these days, man?
That's a great question. Aren't we all asking ourselves the same question? Like, who are we, right? I had a friend of mine that his father was a minister, and he'd always start his ministry the same way, the same question. And he was asked to speak to a lot of different groups, schools, and different things. And he was once asked to speak at a mental institute. And he asked the same question. He goes, "Why are we all here?" And the guy in the background goes, "Because we're not all there." Crazy. But why are we here? That's the question. So who am I? I mean, I'm just somebody trying to help other people be better, a better them, a better you. That's what I'm all about, man. And like we were talking about before, it's all about helping others, and you're an expert at this, man. So I'm so thankful to be here and thankful to, hang out with the tribe, the happy entrepreneur, awesome tribe.
Well, it's always a pleasure to have the Habitude Warrior here with us, man. This is going to be truly amazing. Quick question. What can folks expect? They keep hearing the Habitude Warrior, but what are we going to be discussing tonight? I know we talked about being awesome, and that's such a broad word, and we'll get into that, but we're in the green room right now, so we're having a private conversation, except for those folks who are eavesdropping right now on us. But what can they really expect when you talk about awesomeness?
By the way, I love your green room. There's lobster over here. This is beautiful. It's great. So that's awesome. So what they can expect for this session, what we're going to talk about and dive deep. I'm sick of people diving just a little bit in the kiddie pool. I'm talking about diving deep, and diving deep in the fact that of becoming the better you that you want to become. And it's not as easy as just saying that. It's actually living it. And you and I were talking about this before with all these different things about like, resolutions. People say, "Oh, I want to do this, I want to do that." They set their goals and then they forget about it. So we'll chat about that. We're going to talk about the systematic ways to, 3 major techniques that I use on a daily basis. Because people ask me, "How do you do this? How are you there? How are you there?" Today, I'm in Arizona today. It's like I'm everywhere. How do you do it? Well, I'll share with you how to do that and how to be a better you.
How to be a better you, man. I can't wait. And for those folks that are tuning in like Carol and Melissa, hey, what's going on, George? And those folks are tuning in right now. Sometimes I like to ask the question about the big why, but not for you, man. Not for you. I want to know, what is your purpose in life right now? What mission are you on?
As I mentioned a second ago, my mission is just to help people grow to be the better them that they can be. Which that grammar is not the best, but you get my point. That's my mission, man. My mission is literally figuring out ways to help others, and in return, I'm helping myself. That's my mission.
Man, I love it. I can't wait for the conversation. To tell me the cue. What's up, Kara? We got to get started in 5, 4. This is my own thing I get to do, man. 3, 2, 1. We're going to kick off, and we'll be back in just a moment. Going to have an awesome show, you guys. I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Yes. Yeah.
And they stay there. And they stay there, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win. Yeah.
Thank you. Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue focused late night show in the country, where we're on a mission. And our mission is to empower. Our mission is to inspire. And our mission is really provide you the entrepreneur, you the small business owner, you the speaker, you the author, you the coach, with really the resources necessary to execute 3 visions that I believe that you have. First, you have a vision for yourself. The foods you want to eat, the clothes you want to wear, the things you want to do in life. And it takes revenue to execute that vision. And then many of you have a vision for your loved ones. My mother, who I love, Mother dear, I'm blessed to be a caregiver. I'm blessed to be able to take her to the doctors. I'm blessed to be able to write a check. And so she's someone I want to take care of. Some of you want to send your kids to a school of your choice, or take them on vacation, or eat dinner with the white tablecloths, and all the cool stuff around. It takes resources. And then many of you got started in business because you have a vision for the people you were called to serve. And in order to do that, it takes resources. So this morning, this evening, this afternoon, no matter where you are in the world today, Erik showed up for one reason and one reason only, and that is to give you the resources to execute the big vision you have. And I'll close with saying one of our favorite sayings. What's up, George Carrot? What's up, Margaret? Hey, what's up, D. Wilkins? L.A. Graham, thanks for showing up. I'll close with one of my favorite sayings, and it's this. The results that show up in your life are just as important as the results that show up in your bank account. And so Erik's going to talk about getting results in your life, and that'll transfer over to results in your bank account. So Erik, my man, what's going on? How are you feeling, man?
I'm doing awesome, man. I'm writing down notes, man. Keep on going. Let's just make this. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just introduce. This is Late Night with Shay Brown, ladies and gentlemen. That's what this is. Forget David Letterman. Forget all the rest of the stuff. You got to do this. Is awesome. Keep it coming.
Thanks a lot, man. I certainly appreciate that. And as you're here, I want to jump into something that's the elephant in the room, right? Because you have this great thing you do called Habitude Warrior.
I'm good looking. I know. Enough about that. Let's talk about business. Come on.
There's someone else that thinks that, but you have this whole thing about being awesome, right? And you have this whole thing about the Habitude Warrior, and we'll get into that. But my first question is: everyone talks about being awesome. Everyone says they can do it. What's holding entrepreneurs back from truly being awesome in their life and awesome in their business?
Oh, that's such an easy answer. It's themselves. They literally hold themselves back. I mean, think about it. How many of y'all have had this situation where you have all these great lofty ideas? You're like, oh, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that. These people are doing it. That person's doing it. How can I do it? I'm going to do it. And then they decide to do it, and then guess what? They get in their own way because they realize, oh, maybe this is a little harder than I thought. It's not as easy. That person makes it look easy, right? What's the story or the saying? They see the glory, not the story, right? So it's just the simple fact that a lot of us hold ourselves back. Whenever I speak to all these different groups all over the world, really, what I always talk about is the fact that you've got competition in front of you, and that competitor is typically yourself. What has 2 thumbs and is your own competition? This guy, right? That's what it is. You got to get out of your own way.
You mentioned you got to get out of your own way, which is so true. I know you're in Phoenix, Arizona. My good friend Deborah Gardner, who's watching right now, is in Phoenix, Arizona, just a rock star by herself. Karen Cherry is watching. She's down in Mississippi. Biloxi has the largest women's conference in Mississippi. A number of folks are tuned in. You've kind of brought the all-stars out. And my question to you is, when you talk about being awesome, you talk about what's holding us back. Take a moment and talk about this whole Habitude Warrior. And for those that don't know what that means, you can go to habitudewarriorconference.com. We'll get into that. But why be known as and brand Habitude Warrior? What does it mean?
Yeah. Oh, thanks for asking that. Actually, it's interesting. I guess I have like 2 brands. One is called Mr. Awesome. That's my little nickname. And I don't know if you know this, Shay, but my nickname, I didn't wake up one morning and go, you know what? I think I'll be Mr. Awesome. Although that would be a really good decision. What happened was I was coming off a stage one time in California, and this gentleman comes up to me, and there was this big line. People wanted to grab my books and so forth. And this gentleman was right there, and he points at me. He goes, "You're Mr. Awesome." And you know who that was? It was Les Brown. So when Les Brown calls you Mr. Awesome, you know what you do is you brand the heck out of that. So that's my claim to fame to that little nickname. But the Habitude Warrior, this is an actually really interesting start or story of how I got the name. And I've only shared it with a few other people actually. So your audience will be. By the way, thanks. I just want to thank you and thanks to your audience being here. This is amazing. This is awesome. You're putting some amazing things together. So I started something called Habitude Warrior because I was in Houston, Texas one time about, I don't know, it was probably 15 years ago. And I was one of the best sales guy as there was for a gentleman named Brian Tracy. That's my main mentor. And this gentleman comes up to me who was sharing the stage that time. And he comes up to me and he says, Erik, come here. And I said, yes, sir. And he says, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing here? What are you doing for Brian? And I said, oh, man, I'm the best salesperson ever. I'm the most motivated guy he'll ever see. He's like, yeah, that's great. That's great. What do you really want to do, though? That's what he asked me. And I thought about it for a little bit. I'm like, oh, man, I gotta think about this, because that person that was asking me this was actually Mr. Jim Rohn. Whoa. Jim Rohn was asking me what I wanted to do, right? What do I really want to do with my life? Now, you and your audience, of course, know who Jim Rohn is. And if you don't, stop this tape right now. Pull over to the nearest Barnes & Noble if they're still around, and go grab some books. But the thing is, I came back to Mr. Rohn, and I thought about it, and I said, Mr. Rohn, I think I figured it out. He says, what's that, Erik? I said, I really want to help myself and others harness their habits and their attitude. And he said, you should put that together. So I literally put the words together. I don't think he meant to put the words together, but I did. And I harnessed something called HABITUDE. And that's the birth of HABITUDE Warrior. And
for those folks that said, you know what, I love it, give me a definition of HABITUDE Warrior or HABITUDE. What is the quote unquote the definition? What is your definition of just that one word by itself?
Yeah, sure. So a HABITUDE Warrior is really a warrior, or Peaceful Warrior is a great book, a great movie out there. So it's really a warrior harnessing your habits and your attitude on a daily basis. And that's what I feel that a lot of us need to really embrace and harness. Because you'd mentioned it earlier. I can't remember if it was in the green room when we were eating lobster, or if it was right here. But you mentioned it earlier. These things, these principles are not just for success in monetary success. It's for awesome success in your life, in any area of your life. So if you want to be a better you, that's the thing. It's like, don't be a better person in sales, or a better entrepreneur, or better this. Be a better you. Don't be a better, like, you're interviewing all these amazing individuals, and I'm blessed to be on there. Don't be a better interviewer. Be a better Shay Brown, and the interviewer is going to come out. Does that make sense? So I just love that. I love that. So I don't even know if I answered the question. Are we even live? I'm just kidding.
We're definitely live. We're definitely live. For those folks that are out there, listen to Erik right now. I'm going to ask them right away, and you've got to be a question on your mind. Erik, what are the 3 things that I need to do, or you recommend that I do, to be awesome, right? To truly be awesome. Don't worry, I'm asking for a bonus 4th one. Don't worry, I'm going to ask for that. But I'm going to start off with just 3, by the way. And for those folks that are tuning in right now, like Jimmy that's watching, D. Wilkins is watching, James Silver, do me a favor. Everyone is watching right now. You have Erik's permission and my permission. Hit the share button. And when you hit the share button, don't say I am awesome. Hit the share button and put you are awesome. And then put hashtag it's your time. We're going to bless someone else. We're going to pay the message for it. So you can hit the share button right now, and you can write you are awesome. Hashtag it's your time. Or you can hit the watch party button. And I'm sure that Erik will be okay with this. He's going to be releasing things. He's written 5 best-selling books. He teaches all over the world. He'd be okay with you sharing this into a Facebook group that you're in right now. If you're watching on Apple TV or Amazon right now, or you're watching on Roku, you can take the link, post into a group, post into social media. This is the day that the world will be awesome. Go ahead and hit the share button. After you hit the share button, look right below the video and just put, I am awesome. You can still say something to yourself. When you do that, someone else hit the heart button, hit the like button, put I am awesome, because this is your year. Today is your January 1st. All right. Take a moment, if you would, Erik. Give us those 3 things that we can do to be awesome in our life.
Oh, I love it, man. This is awesome. I want to do this all night long. Can we? How long is this? A 9-hour show, right? Yeah, good. We're gonna continue. My assistant said no problem. So this is awesome. So here's the deal. So I'm gonna give you 3 things. Apparently, I'm giving you 4 because apparently I need to come up with a bonus. So here's the deal. Yes. 3 things. The first thing is this: create your intention list, or what I call the awesome list. Some people call it goal strategies or task lists. I'm talking about your intention list. What do you intend to actually do today to make it an amazing and awesome day? And if you actually set that into stone and really harness that and embrace that for the day, those 3, let's say you come up with 2 or 3 different intentions, whatever those are going to be. It could be as simple as I'm going to change 3 people's lives. I'm going to go ahead and let's say you're going to buy 3 meals for somebody. I have this full this fast rule of mine that if I ever eat bad food, like fast food or anything or something like that, I have to get 3 meals, 1 for me and 2 for other people around me. so it's just a little thing to spread the world. I mean, spread the message around the world. But oops, sorry about that. People are texting me right now. So I could probably turn that off, can't I? Let me just go here and do
No worries.
control it.
Okay. So he will be right back in just a moment. Looks like we lost him, but don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. He'll be dialing right back in. He hung up on himself while he was trying to make sure that he was able to get in. So he'll be right back in just a second. I think this is him giving me a call. Let me bring him right back in just a second, and we'll bring him right back up. Let me see. I think I lost him. Hold on. He's calling me. I'm calling him. Ladies and gentlemen, we're live. Rule number 1, don't panic. That's rule number 1. Don't panic.
So my name's Erik Swanson. I just did an amateur move, by the way. Don't ever do what I just did. Continue. That was such an amateur move, guys. I hit Control Q and it quit everything. Sorry, I'm back.
No worries, man. No worries. You was giving us the 3 things we need to do to be awesome, and one of them I gave you a 5th one. I said, in case of emergency, don't panic. Rule number 1.
I hear you. Yeah, things are always gonna pop up like this, right? Or pop out like that. So thank you for. I was waiting for the call right back. So first thing is create your intention list. So literally come up with a piece of paper every day. What I do is I used to do this, and it still works. You guys should do the same thing. Grab a piece of paper and make it a sticky note, and literally stick it on your mirror. And then you take it, you're brushing your teeth, you're looking at your intention list, then you take it and you bring it with you. You know how you have your car keys, you got your laptop, you say goodbye to the pets that you have or whoever, and you head off for your day. Well, bring that little sheet of paper and put it right there on the dashboard of your car, right in the middle of the steering column. And so you're seeing that all day long. And then check mark it, just be like, okay, I hit this goal, I hit this goal. What is your intention for the whole day? And I do that daily. It's such a great, when I started doing this, it really helped me help other people at the same time. So that's number 1. Number 2, I'm just going to keep on rolling.
Keep rolling. We have number 1. Everyone write down number 1. Have a little Post-it note. Put your attention and put it where you can see it throughout the day. Love it.
And actually bring it. The physical thing of having like a sticky note and you actually physically bring it with you and you physically put it somewhere else and then you physically bring it back inside to the house and you put it and you say, I did all 3 of these things. And it's an accomplishment feeling. And it really, really helps your subconscious mind. Here's the deal. Everything that I do is geared towards getting your subconscious mind in congruency with your conscious mind to get it out into the world. Those are the habits. That's the habitude, right? So that's number 1. Number 2 is surround yourself with not only winners, but influencing winners. That's what I tag this for myself. Surround yourself with influencing winners. And what I mean by this is literally find those individuals who are out there in your field or out of your field, let's say, and you want to surround yourself and learn from them. Learn, the smartest person in the room is never the smartest person in the room, right? I think I messed up that saying because that's good because I'm not the smartest person. I don't remember the saying. So I'm always in these rooms with higher hierarchy, if that makes sense. Like a friend of mine used to say this all the time. He's like, if you're going to play, tennis or golf or something, you don't play somebody that's less than you play somebody that's better than you, right? So you can actually grow and you're not boring yourself, right? So create that list and then surround yourself with these influencing winners. And a side note about that, the list of influencing winners, what I do is this: I actually have another list that I create, and it's really taking a look at what I call I call it friend cleanse. I can't believe I just told you that, but it's true. That's what I call it. And what happens is you see your friends for that past year, for those 12 months, and you say to yourself, are we in alignment? Are we in the same mission? Are we in the same, did I lose track of the mission that we're on, or did that person? And if they did, it's okay. Just let them go. Let them be. Let them do what they want to do. And you stay on on course, right?
Mm-hmm.
And actually I don't surround myself with them as much. And you free up a lot of time. Do you know how much time it takes and energy and effort and all these different that go into play, and that mental game you have to play where you're trying to figure out what they're thinking about? Here's a little secret. I'll tell you a secret, guys. People aren't really thinking about you that much. They're thinking about themselves. So help yourself by surrounding yourself with those influencing winners who are teaching you how to think about yourself and grow. That's number 2. Am I going too fast, too slow?
Nope, you're right on. You're right on target. As they're writing these down, you're giving number 1. You're giving number 2, ladies and gentlemen. We're focused on the one area, what are 3 things that you can do in order to be truly awesome yourself? How you can be an awesome you.
Absolutely. Here's the 3rd thing. I have many, by the way. In one of my books, which I don't have in front of me, I have 50 different habitudes in one of these books. It's crazy. So one of them that I'll share with you guys is it's what I call create an uncomfortable comfort. Okay, be an uncomfortable comfort. So what I mean by this is start becoming uncomfortable in certain things that you're doing. Meaning, if you flip the mental pattern of this, a lot of us get too comfortable. We get too compliant with that. We get too what's the word I'm looking for? Is used to it. You know, we get in these ruts. And instead, you work out like, I mean, gosh, man, there's the before and after right there. There it is. Okay. I'm the before, he's the awesome after. You're over here, right?
Yeah.
Here we go. So dude, you look great. So my point is this, like, if you go to the gym, you know what you're doing is you're breaking down these muscles to build more muscles. And sometimes we need to, well, not sometimes, all the time, we need to break down the things that are holding us back. Like for me, I'll share something that's, somebody told me vulnerability is pretty important, so I'll be vulnerable right now. I got rid of 3 things in my life recently, a few years back, or about 5 years ago. I decided, I made an intention list to get rid of these 3 things. And these 3 things were, I got rid of alcohol, I got rid of coffee, and I got rid of negativity. So those are the 3 major things, right? And some people are like, hey, 2 out of 3 is not bad, right? But it's like, for me, I got rid of those 3. You know, what are the 3 that you need to get rid of? Maybe maybe it's cable TV. Maybe it's scrolling down on the thing to, data detox is what I call that, right? So you get rid of, like, stop spending so much time on whatever platform you're spending your time on that's not actually generating an awesome attitude and an awesome success pattern for yourself, right? So create that uncomfortable comfortable. And look for ways that you can become uncomfortable so that you can become comfortable in that, and then become uncomfortable again by growing to the next level. And go ahead.
So the question popped up, and hey, Deanna, thanks a lot. I see you out there as well. And Nicole, was when you replaced those 3 items, when you got rid of those 3 items, did you replace them with 3 new items, or did you just put more focus in other areas because you had more time?
Great question. In hindsight, if I look back, I did replace all 3. Here, green iced tea. Mm-hmm. This replaced my coffee. I love coffee. I love espresso. I love the taste. I love everything. But I just decided, hey, look, I'm going to go ahead and do green iced tea. It looks like beer, doesn't it? But this is actually it's actually green iced tea. And people know that's what I drink. People know that a few of these speakers that I share a lot of stages with, we love green iced tea. It's amazing how that works. So then what I actually did was I replaced, in front of my coffee maker in my home, I put one of these guys, which is my secret Habitude Warrior creed, that just simply says, I am the best. I am focused. I will succeed. I believe in myself. I set high expectations. I don't let others bring me down. So I replaced it with that. So I saw that, and I would look at this and go, oh, I don't need coffee. I just need my own coffee, me, and then I take me and I'm someone else's coffee. Does that make sense? It's really a cool concept. So that's the one thing. So I got rid of coffee and I replaced it with green iced tea. The negativity is easy. I replaced negative people with positive people. That was easy. And then the third thing that I did was alcohol. I noticed, Shay, and I know you're probably not a big drinker at all or anything. I mean, you're in such great shape. For me, I went out there and if I had 1 martini, I had 3 martinis. I had 4, and I was like the life of the party for like 2 hours or 9 hours or whatever it is. And then the next day, I'm not really excited about life, So I decided, okay, if I drink 3 drinks if I go out, not every night, but if I go out and I drink 3 drinks, I'd rather get rid of those 3 drinks and build 3 more companies. And that's what I did. So I replaced my drinking 3 drinks a night with 3 more companies. That's what I did.
Man, I love it. When we come back, we're talking to the one and only Mr. Awesome himself, Erik Swanson, the man himself, also the founder of HABITUDE Warrior. When we come back, we're going to ask him, how do you develop good habits? Like he's told you just to replace things, but there's a saying that people form habits and habits form futures. And you can really determine your future by the habits you have. So I'm going to ask when we come back, I'm going to say, you know what? Give us a bonus. Give us, what are ways that you can build good habits? Like he gave you some habits you can do, but maybe you got to break a habit and then you need to be consistent. There's a lot of things out there, you can do it for 21 days and do this. And it sounds easy, but life is a series of being on track or off track. So we come back, we're going to ask him that particular question. We'll let him break that down. One of the things I want to let you know that we're going to also ask him how you can best contact him. He's doing some amazing things. I can't wait. We're going to go over to Letitia. And Letitia Nicole is going to, I'm sorry, we're going to Sean Harper. We're going over to Sean Harper. And Sean Harper is talking about the law of capacity. We'll be back in less than 2 minutes with the one and only Erik Swanson. Take it away, my man. We'll be right back.
Awesome.
Hi, my name is Sean Harper, motivational speaker, author, investor. I love investing in people because people has the potential of generating years of dividends. This is my January 1st. And as I'm moving in January 1st, I have to be mindful of the laws, the law of capacity. Now, if you know me, I break all the rules, but I never break laws. If you break laws, laws will break you. Laws are unchangeable. So the law of capacity is that you will grow in proportion to your environment. It reminds me of a story of a guy named Walt Disney. We all know Walt Disney, but Walt Disney started out after a couple failed ventures. He started out with Disneyland, south of Anaheim, California. And he had great success, but he had one challenge. He was landlocked. And so he couldn't expand. And so he secretly, anonymously, began to buy up land in the Orlando area. And he formed shell companies, and he brought 500 acres here, 100 acres here with this company, and maybe 2,000 acres with this company. And he went on, and a investigative journalist caught on to it, but not until he amassed over 26 to 30,000 acres. And now that man, who is now deceased, still has land that's not been developed. His dream was huge, but his capacity was small. One of the problems or challenges that we face as entrepreneurs, as business owners, business leaders, is that we run out of capacity. When there's stress in the business, when there's stress as an entrepreneur, it's usually one or two problems. A, you don't have the systems, or B, you have a lack of capacity. That is a spiritual law. And I often compare spiritual laws, or look for evidence of spiritual laws in nature. You take a shark, put it in the fish tank, it gets this big. Take that same baby shark, put it in the ocean, it gets this big. Before you dream, or right after you dream, the first thing you do is you begin to build your capacity. Before you build up, you gotta build down. Thank you. Play to win. Bye-bye.
Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome back to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue-focused late-night show in the country where we're on a mission, and that is to empower, that is to inspire, and that is to provide you, you the hardworking entrepreneur, you the single mom or the single dad, or you the person that gets up every single day and pay your taxes, making a difference in the world, to make sure you have all the resources that you need to execute that big vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And we're talking to Erik Swanson right now, and he is the founder of HABITUDE Warrior. He's also known as Mr. Awesome, and he's also talking about being awesome is great and how you can be the best version of you. And the question I posed before we left was up, Teresa Ryle Brown. What's up, everyone who's joining? Jacob, I see you. What's going on? Is this, how do you develop good habits? So it's a two-part question. Part one is, how do I break a negative habit? And that's very hard to do. And then how do I really develop a good habit? And he does a whole conference around this, so I don't know how you can do all this in 2 or 3 minutes. But I want you to know that I know that if you're watching, you're a winner right now. You're already a champion. You've got greatness inside you, and you just got to release some of these habits. And he's the type of guy that can help you get there. So my question is, how do you get rid of a bad habit, my man? And then you can start a good habit. How do you do that?
Man, it's a great question. Thank you very much for inviting me to answer that. And in fact, I want to preface it by saying this. I do have these conferences, and I bring in resources to help me answer that, because it resonates with a lot of different people. Different people resonate with different people. So I have this team of ambassadors or amazing individuals at the conference, and that's why it's all. I mean, that's what you're doing right now. It's almost like, instead of saying, look, guys, I've got all the answers I'm going to teach you. No, Shea Brown doesn't say that. He says, you know what? I've got a lot of great answers on what helps me, but let me bring in Erik Swanson. Let me bring in this person. Let me bring in that individual, these leaders that are going to help you, and it'll resonate a little bit clearer in the minds. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I love that. I think that's so cool. So I have a system. I'll share with you what works for me. So I'll pose it as a question first. How many of y'all have had the pleasure of your desire is to be different. Your desire is to not do that certain thing, whatever that certain thing is. And it could be a big thing like smoking cigarettes. It could be something very detrimental to your health. It could be small things like procrastination. I mean, I've had I know some of my clients. They say procrastination is one of the biggest things in an organization. They're always late. They're always this. They're always that. Really, the first thing you need to do is change your mental mindset about it. So what I do is I decide. Here's number one: decide exactly what you want to change. What is the habit you want to change? And make that conscious decision. Put it in the universe. Literally grab a piece of paper and write it down. Write it down and put it everywhere you can. So these are called TOMAs, which is top of mind awareness. So your TOMA stands for top of mind awareness. Keep them in front of you pretty much at all times. So that's number one, is decide exactly what habit you want to change. Okay. The second thing is decide what you're willing to give up because of that habit. So what are you willing to sacrifice? And the second part of that, by the way, is how do you feel, or how do you think you will feel once you accomplish that habit change? Okay, whether it's something that you're adding or something that you're subtracting. Are you, like, for me, I wanted to lose weight. I don't know about you guys. You guys are all in perfect shape on this tribe. I know that. But for me, man, I wanted to lose 30 pounds in a course of a certain amount of time. And I said to myself, all right, I know exactly what I want. I know exactly what I'm going to sacrifice. For me to give up or sacrifice were the sweets, were the cookies, the this, the that. Oh man, cookies and milk, sign me up, man. I had a girlfriend that actually bought me one of those coffee mugs, and it literally had a cutout in the side of the mug so you could put your cookie. So it was like, that's how bad it was, right? So you decide, make that decision, what you're going to change. Second thing is, what are you going to give up, and how are you going to feel about it? Actually live it, close your eyes, not right now if you're driving, but close your eyes and imagine yourself as that particular person that is going to be in that new habit, whatever that new habit is. That's what I do. The third thing is decide who your APs are going to be. What I mean by APs are accountability partners. So we all need help, and there's a saying that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with a team, right? Actually build a team around you. And those team members are all around us, and they want to help us, So that means share your knowledge of what you want to change, whatever that particular case is. You want to lose weight, you want to be better at managing your time, you want to be more successful in, not smoking, let's say. Whatever that is, decide what it is. Let your accountability partners know what those are as well. And what I personally do is I have accountability partners. I call them APs for short, because I can never say accountability that quickly. So my APs, I have them in different parts of the country and out of the country as well. For instance, I believe you're in East Coast right now. So, it's 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock over there. It's late. It's crazy. So what I do is, when I'm over in Huntington Beach at my home over there, or if I'm in Scottsdale, I'm in Scottsdale today. So what I'll do is I'll have different parts of the country as my APs. So I can call them in the middle of the night if I want. And usually I can get them at a different time zone where I can pick who can pull me off that ledge or help me and give me a pep talk that I needed. There's a great book out there. Even eagles need a push. And it's true. We all need pushes. We all need those little, look at this level that, Shay, you and I are in.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look at you and I are in at this level, hey, I did that right, didn't I?
Yeah.
At this level, that we're in, we realize there's no competition. There's all collaboration. It's collaborating to be the best. That's the level of awesomeness that we are in, that your tribe is in as well. So decide who those APs are. I have another AP. Her name's Claudia. She's over in Sydney, Australia.
Mm-hmm.
So I call her and I say, hey, and it's tomorrow already for her. Today is tomorrow for her, right? Does that make sense? So I call her and I talk about my goal that I'm going to hit, or how I fell off the ledge on this one, and I need help here, and she gives me that motivation. Then at the end of the call, I always say, hey, how'd today go for me? She goes, yeah, yesterday went really well for you. It's kind of a funny thing because she's in Sydney. And then the last thing is decide on a reward that you want to give yourself as an accomplishment for achieving that particular, whatever that goal is, whatever that habit is. So what's your reward? Maybe it's I'm going to go on vacation for a week and a half or a month or 2 months or whatever. I actually I work 2 months and I take off 2 months. That's what I personally do. I call it double. Mm-hmm. So I double my production for the year, and I double the time off that I do it in. That's typically what I do. But what are those decisions that you're going to make? What's the habit you want to change? Get some help, right? Get those APs, accountability partners, and then set up an awesome reward, whatever that reward is. I'll give you a quick example if we have another 10 more seconds. Yeah. I'll give you an example on that. A friend of mine, her name's Jackie, excuse me. She lives in Jacksonville. It's like, anyway, her name's Jackie from Jacksonville. Uh-huh. She and I went ahead and we did a wager on our goals, on our habits. And we said, okay, if I hit this, if I hit this first, then you have to buy me 1 year's worth of any car I want to lease or buy. And she goes, done. What am I going to get? So she had, I forgot what her goal was, but it was like a vacation, and it was an addition to her house or something. Well, I hit mine first, so she bought me a Porsche. Mm-hmm. I had a Porsche 911 for 1 year, just because I hit that specific goal. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, like, set up these habits, but make it fun. The more fun you have now, at that point, what I was doing was I was trying to hit that goal so I could hit the reward. So the reward was helping me accomplish the goal. So those are my 4 steps that I use.
No, that makes perfect sense. And who does Erik work with? In the perfect world, folks are listening out there and they're like, are you someone that you have to work with celebrities? Because I know you're involved with so many folks. Tell us the ideal type of person that Erik Swanson looks to work with.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Only Grammy winners? No, I'm just kidding. So I work with, of course I work with the celebrities. I work with pretty high-end individuals, but I also work with the solopreneur. I work with those entrepreneurs. I mean, I work with here's my I'll give you my ideal. I mean, seriously, I'll tell it to you. I work with happy entrepreneurs that are in a tribe learning from Shay Brown. That's what I work with. Okay? but I'm not even kidding. I work with people who really want to make a difference and stop complaining. I've got something on my desk here. I can't remember where it is. It just says no complaining, no whining. No, if you're a complainer and a whiner, don't come to me and want the change. People ask me that. They go, "What's the magic pill? What's the magic pill is you." It's what Jim Rohn told me way long ago. He said, look, don't go change the outside, change the inside. Once you change the inside, everything will flourish around you. So that's the type of person I work with. Great.
When we come back, we're going to get a chance to talk to Erik about something that he's doing, which is the HABITUDE conference. And we also get to hear a little about today is his January 1st. He's someone out there that's making a difference in the world. You can go ahead and hit the share button right now. When you hit the share button, go ahead and put "You are awesome," because you're talking to Mr. Awesome. Put "You are awesome" and put "This is your year," because it's someone's year right now. We're going to go over to Rob House. And Rob House says, be present where you are. He's in Laurel, Maryland, kind of close to where I first met Erik 100 seems like years ago with Emmy Vickers and so many other folks who are watching right now and they're tuning in.
Is that where we met? Yeah. I was wondering.
BNI, yeah, many moons ago. We used to come out with the Brian Tracy. He would sell the little package to us, and we were in Greenbelt, Maryland, many years ago. Great way.
Cruise ship too. I remember there's a cruise ship that we were on.
Yeah. We went on the Spirit of Washington one time when you was in town. Awesome. Yeah. See, he's like, it's so many years ago. Like it seems like 100 years ago. Seriously, guys, it's like 2000, I think, something
That
like
was
that.
10 years ago. Sure.
Yeah, about 2000. So we're going to go over that now to Rob Howes. Be present where you are. When we come back, we're going to learn about today is your January 1st. We'll be back in just a moment. Take it away, Rob.
Hey guys,
All right.
me and Daddy are here.
All right, I'm doing a video.
I got a question.
No, it's not a question. This is a video where I'm telling people something. I'm telling them that today is their January 1st. Today is your January 1st, Happy Entrepreneurs Tribe, because today is the only day you got. Because tomorrow's not promised and yesterday is gone. So the reason why today being your January 1st is significant because it keeps you from procrastination. Procrastination is the destroyer of dreams. Yeah, it's the destroyer. It's the killer of dreams. So, take action. Be present where you're present. That's the real gift. Be present where you are present. That is the real gift. Today is your January 1st. Say today.
Today.
Say today is your January 1st.
Today is January 1st.
Say it loud.
Today is January 1st.
That's it. Don't forget it.
Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome back to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue focused late night show in the country where we're on a mission, and that is to empower, it is to inspire, and it's really to provide you, the entrepreneur, you with the resources necessary to execute the vision for the people you were called to serve. We're talking to the one and only Erik Swanson right now, and the question I have, Erik, is we have a core value, core belief here called today is my January 1. And today is my January 1 represents a start. It represents a change. It represents a do-over. It represents an opportunity where your past doesn't equal your future. And it's so important because there's many January 1st moments throughout the day. Anytime you can make a decision, for all of our new folks who are watching for the first time, anytime you can make a decision and it can change the trajectory of your life, that's a January 1st moment. In fact, if you're watching right now, you can look right below the video and you can write, today is my January 1st. Erik, when you hear those words, today is my January 1st, what goes to your mind? What does it mean to you?
Oh, great question. So what it means to me is it kind of my mentor, my main mentor in success, his name is Brian Tracy. Mm-hmm. I hear his voice and I hear him saying, Erik, it doesn't matter where you came from. It only matters where you're going. Mm-hmm. Which is exactly what you're saying. It's January 1st. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday, the day before. It doesn't matter an hour ago. You could have the craziest thing, which ironically, one of the craziest things did happen in this world about 10 minutes before we got on this call, Shay. And it's my prayers are there with this individual and the family, and everyone knows this gentleman. And yet we need to really harness to help the world go around. So it's just decide, make that decision, make that decision to embrace the now, embrace the present. Eckhart Tolle talks about this all the time, and he talks about the universe. How if by the way, again, if you're not familiar with Eckhart Tolle, please go to your nearest anywhere and find his stuff. He's amazing. So he talks about the fact that the world is going in a circle. The universe it's constantly revolving, and if it's revolving 365 days a year, I know leap year a couple days ago, but it's constantly going in a circle. Well, if it's going in a circle and it's constantly doing that, and you're staying stagnant, are you really staying still or are you going backwards? That was the question I had to myself. And it really resonates with me on today's January 1st. Every day could be your awesome, another way to say it is today is every what's the football movie? Every day is a Sunday, or every day is a Friday night, Friday night football, or it is. It's Super Bowl. And that's what I say. Look, we have events that we go to, that. And it's not like let's go kick butt at this event. It's let's go kick butt every single day so that the event kicks butt as well. Yeah. That's what training's all about. So today is January 1st. Every single day is your training day. I love it. That resonates with me.
I love it. And as we're listening to you speak right now, the question that comes to mind is, what was your January 1st moment where Erik decided that he was going to make a decision to change lives. What led you to that? What was your January 1st moment?
You know, it was probably back then when Jim Rohn came up to me and asked me that question.
Mm-hmm.
And at that moment, I decided to start the Habitude Warrior, tribe and theory and principles and everything. And it just kind of became, it birthed this feeling and energy. And that was my moment a while back. That was one of my business January 1st moments.
Yeah, and what were 3 things you did just to get started? I'm always curious. Like, people have these moments. Like, what are 3 things they did like immediately just to get up and going?
Wow, like technically for my business, I'll give you
technically, or maybe it was emotionally for you. I mean, did you call someone? Did you had to go read some books? Like what got you on the journey after you made the decision? What are some things you had to do to get the journey started?
Yeah, for me, it was just setting it in motion. That's what it was for me. So I'll give you some technical things. If you have an idea, and like I thought I was different this way. I thought I never actually asked anyone that, like, hey, have you done this before? But now I'm realizing a lot of successful people do the same thing that I do. They're up late at night and they can't sleep. They're in bed, but they can't sleep because they have these awesome brainstorm ideas. Mm-hmm. And then they grab their cell phone and they text themselves. Have you ever done that?
Yeah.
You've done this, right? You text yourself, right? You text yourself and you're like, what are you doing here? I'm texting myself. So you text yourself these reminders, whatever those are. And I have these moments all the time. Like, I'll email myself, I'll text myself. I text and email myself more than anyone else does. And the thing is, I'm always giving myself all these great ideas. And the thing is, act upon it. That's what you need to do. That's what I do. I literally act upon it. If it's a great idea, in the morning, I look at it and I say, yeah, that is a great idea. I am going to go get that website. I am going to go ahead and hire this person to build that website right away. Or if you're, inclined, you start your own or go through some of those funnel systems, whatever it is. But make that decision. I'm the kind of guy that I like people know this about me. People say, wow, you have an idea and you act upon it. You constantly or consistently have X amount of people in your room, no matter what city, and yet we're all starving out here. We don't know how to do it. Well, it's because I'm not smarter than you guys. It's the fact that I took action. I actually took action and put it in place. And then people are like, oh, I guess it's an event. I'll go to that one. So it was there. It was there, tangible for them. So that's I don't know if you asked me 1, 2, 3 questions, whatever it was, but here's the answer: is take action.
Just take action. I love it. The universe rewards people who take action differently than those that don't. How can folks connect with you, my man? I know you have a conference. Give us the website to the conference that you have so we can understand how we can best connect with you.
Yeah, there's 2 ways to connect with me. You can connect with me through any social media platform you'd like. Just go to awesomeswanson.com. That's it. Awesome Swanson. If you go there, it will give you a landing page and you can pick whichever you want, whether it's Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, that's what I call it, Snapchat, Twitter, whatever you want. Just go on there and pick whichever platform you want to follow me on, because that's resonating to you. So I'll see you at that platform there. And if you want to come to one of our conferences, we have a awesome event, awesome conference. Oh, we should have given away some books, man. Check these out. Look at all these things. Oh, Think and Grow Rich. Look at this. This one's a signed copy of Think and Grow Rich. Guys, what else do I have? Oh, man, this one's pretty cool. The 100 Habits of a Highly Successful Individual. The Junior Habitude. This commercial break, by the way. There you go. Think and Grow Rich behind me. So I'm back. So how do you connect with me? Is through that. If you want to come to one of our conferences, boom, there's one of our conference.
And for those folks that are watching, I'm putting it up now. We're checking out the site. We're at the Habitude, I think it is Habitude Warrior Conference is coming up right now. Yeah. I think this is the site. Is this right? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. HABITUDEWARRIOR.com. That's the easy one. Yep. That right there, the one you have floating on the screen right now, that's perfect because that's my social media. That's the awesomeswanson.com. Okay. Just go there and then you can see all the different ways to follow me if you like, and by the way, I'll follow you as well, okay? And there's my one of my TED Talks or TEDx. And then if you go to the top of the page, you'll see, we've got calendar events and different cities that we're in. We do a 2-year waiting list to get in on our stage, and we've got about 20 different speakers through TED Talk stuff.
Take a moment to tell us a little bit about the conference. I pulled the conference up at HABITUDEWARRIORConference.com. We're here now. Right. For those folks that are listening, I love the goals. You have it right on here. What's the number one reason that someone should come to one of these cities and really attend the conference?
Yeah, it's interesting. There's probably 3 or 4, maybe 5 major reasons. So the number one, it's all these 5 put together. I mean, I guess one of them would be to connect with others, like-minded, amazing individuals that are growing with you. Number 2 is connect with the speakers. We have actually 95% of our speakers stay for all 2 days of the conference, throughout the whole conference. Wow. Have you ever been to one of those conferences, Shay, and you're like, oh, there's that awesome speaker, great, he's here for an hour, and then he leaves, right?
Yeah.
And you can't talk to him, and then it's like you're like, oh, there's a green room, oh, $1,000 more for a photo, really? We don't do that, They're there for the 2 days of the conference, and it's amazing. And then we have so that's the second reason. Third reason is learn some things. It's the person that's mistaken when they say, oh yeah, I know it all. Well, you don't know it all. Go to this program or any program like this and learn great ideas. I mean, I always love asking the question, how many ideas do you need to get from an event like this to make a difference? What you're doing right now is literally just one good idea, but implement it. So those are the 3 major reasons. There's many more, but those are the 3 majors.
Cool. And give us the website that I'm looking at now for those folks that are tuning in and watching right now. They go to HABITUDEWarriorConference.com. What's one of the reasons you started it, man?
Yeah, an easy one, by the way. You don't have to spell out conference. You just go to HABITUDEWarrior.com. Goes the same.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
HABITUDEWarrior.com. Okay.
Yep. Easy enough. Yeah. I make it really easy. Like if you want to follow that, you want to follow me, just go to nottonyrobins.com. Goes right to me. Stuff like that. So, I'm not even kidding.
I like it. Awesome Swanson. AwesomeSwanson.com. You can connect with from there. When we come back, we're going to go into a rapid fire segment where I get to ask any question that's on my mind, and he's agreed to answer it.
What? I did?
Yeah, he has agreed to answer, which I know is just totally amazing. We're going to go over to the one and only Letitia Nicole, and she says, take control. No matter what's going on in your life, take control. We'll be back in less than 2 minutes. You don't want to miss the rapid fire. And I've asked Eric, and he's agreed to give us his final thoughts to close us out, to empower, to inspire us, and also for us to stay on track. One of the number one distinctions we teach is #stay the course. And that's what having the right habits are. We'll be back in just a moment. Take it away, Letitia Nicole. Can't wait.
Hey, it is your girl Letitia Nicole, CEO founder of Speak Life Enterprises, where we teach powerful words to entrepreneurs like yourself to shape your reality. Well, before I get started with my thought of the week today, I want to send a huge shout out to Shay Brown, the CEO founder of this amazing group of happy entrepreneurs. Hey, Shay, thank you so much for allowing me to speak life to your group. So the word and the thought of the week is taking control. Now, oftentimes we give a foothold to things that weigh us down, like guilt, shame, resentment, worry, and doubt and bitterness. Now, these things can come naturally. The problem is when we allow them in, they take up space that should be reserved for good things, like joy and peace and confidence and creativity. But the negative can't come in automatically and take over unless we allow it. So I have a challenge for you. You have control over negative thoughts and emotion, so grab hold and take control. You have to make a choice and say, I am not going to give space to negativity and let it poison my life. I won't let an offense make me sour and bitter. I want you to take inventory of what you're giving place to, because life is way too short to go through it with negative things holding you back. So take control of what you allow inventory in your life. All right? My name is Letitia Nicole, and until next time, take control. See you later. Bye-bye.
Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome back to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the number one business development and revenue-focused late-night show in the country, where we're on a mission to inspire, we're on a mission to empower, and to provide you the resources necessary to execute that big vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And we're here with the one and only Erik Swanson himself, Mr. Awesome, and the founder of Habitude Warrior. And we're going into a rapid fire segment where I get to ask a question and he answers it in about a minute or less. So he answers a question in about a minute or less. I know as the audience out there, you're thinking less, you like the less more than a minute. I get it.
Here's my rapid fire answer. See, I'm throwing them now. Look at this. They're all over the place.
He's got to tear them up right now. But the first question is on our mind is, you've had so many mentors along this journey. If you could share one lesson from one of the mentors you had along this journey, what's one of the lessons you would share with us that we could use in our own life?
Oh, man, really? I got so many. All right, so I'll share one that's a buddy of mine that I was talking to last week. His name's Jeffrey Gitomer. And he just said, he came up to me one time, and if you don't know Jeffrey Gitomer, you need to. He's written the Sales Bible. He's great for entrepreneurs and all of us. And he comes up to me one day and, in front of a crowd, and he goes, whispers to me, he goes, "Don't mess it up," and walks away. I'm like, wow, that's you really? And I was just going on stage, and I was like, man, and it kind of gave me a lesson. The lesson was, have fun. He's just like, he doesn't take it like he takes success seriously, but he's so successful that he doesn't take it all like internally seriously. Like, it's just have a great time, and that's what I do. That. I mean, I'll show up to different places. I'll have a great time. I'll be high-fiving people, Now we got to, virtually high-five people because of craziness out there. So, so it's just have fun, That's one of the things that and that's probably why, Les calls me Mr. Awesome, is because I like to bring yourself. I like to share and show you that you could be awesome, and being yourself and being awesome and being fun, and that's what life's all about. People don't want to hang out with people. All right, I'm over a minute.
No, you're perfect. How do you handle being out of your comfort zone? How does Erik handle being out of his comfort zone?
Yeah, great question. So what I do is this: I just pretend that I know how to handle comfort being out of my comfort zone. Like if I ask that question, like Tony Robbins used to say this a lot. It's if you did know how to handle it, how would you act? That's the way I act. And I also remind myself that other people, they don't know. They might be out of their comfort zone too. I'm worried about something that they're probably not even thinking about. So I remind myself that they're not going to care. Don't worry about it. Just get out of your comfort zone. Do it. It's better to do it imperfectly. I've got a great buddy of mine, Jason Freeman. He's great. You should have him on your show. He's written a book called The Imperfect Perfect, or something. I can't remember the exact title. It's around here somewhere. But it's just being imperfect is great. It's perfect. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And
if Erik could wave a magic wand, let's say, and he could, how can I say this? He could go ahead and eliminate one headache that successful people have on a daily basis. What's the one headache that you'd want to eliminate for any of us right now? If you had one wish.
Procrastination and the lack of decision-making glands. Yeah. 2 wishes.
Yeah. No, that's very, very powerful. And how does someone believe in himself when no one else believes in him?
Oh, say that again?
I said, how does someone today, or how do you believe in yourself when no one around you is believing in you? How do you find that belief inside of yourself, that inner winner, to have the confidence when no one else believes you can do it?
Yeah, that's easy. So it's a 2-part answer. I can't. Okay, so I can't do that. So therefore, I go to the other solution, which is I do surround myself with people who do believe in me and that they do believe in themselves as well as me. So literally, the question was, how do I believe in myself when no one around me believes in me? I don't put myself in that situation. And if I was, I was back in the day when I got bullied and all that stuff, I changed my environment. I changed my situation. So I put myself in a winning situation by surrounding yourself with you got to surround yourself with the winners, influencing winners in a good, positive way.
No, perfect.
I hope that answered it. It's perfect. A way of answering it, but I'm telling you, I would fail if I had to stay with myself alone on a desert island. Well, not a desert island, because I'm with all these people who don't believe in me.
Right.
I wouldn't be able to handle that. I need to be near other people who do believe in me.
Perfect, man. First of all, I want to thank you for being on the show. I want to thank you for giving us so much time today. I know one thing, everyone can always make more money, but they just can't make more time. So you're giving us the most precious gift that you have right now. I want to encourage everybody to connect with you over at awesomeswanson.com and connect you on any of the platforms. But as we close out, man, I want you to have your final thoughts, your final comments to us as entrepreneurs. These lights are going to go out, right? At some point, folks got to get up and they got to work on their laptop. They got to work on their computer. They've got to go talk to someone. They've got to make a difference in the world. They've got to live an awesome life. So what are your final comments? Once again, we appreciate you. Got to have you back, man. You're just awesome, which is really cool. Thanks for taking time, man. And here's what I want you guys to know that's out there. You know, before we got started, Erik didn't ask me for a Cash App payment. He didn't tell me to Zelly him some money. He didn't ask for a PayPal. He didn't ask for a credit card. He said, Shay, I'm only here to serve. I'm only here to give, and I'm here to make a difference for someone else. And for those folks that are entrepreneurs, there's still people out there that want to make a difference and a dollar at the same time, but they focus on making a difference. So I want to thank him for that. That's not the case with all guests. It just isn't, and it's okay. But that was Erik. So he has a heart to give. He has a heart to serve, and he's here to make a difference for you. So thanks a lot, man, for coming to us. We appreciate it. I turn it over to you, my man, to give your final thoughts to the Happy Entrepreneur Tribe.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. So my final thoughts are really quick. They're just, it's where we started. The start is decide to be awesome. Make that conscious decision. That's my final thought. My final thought is really find the way and the people that you want to surround yourself with, and find the way that you can force yourself to believe in yourself, to realize that you have the ability to do whatever you want to do and be as awesome as you can possibly be. You can make that decision. Doesn't matter what happened yesterday. Every day is a January 1st for you. So have that decision-making pattern, and you owe it to yourself to commit to yourself, because there's nobody else that's going to come over and save us. It's you. You're going to be able to save other people. All right. And I have this dog tag that my father just recently passed, and it says NDSO, which stands for No Drama, Serve Others. If you live by that, you're going to be super successful in anything you do.
Man, so true. No drama, serve others. How well said. With that being said, thank you for joining. Thank all of you who are watching on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. I want you to know that today is your January 1st. You can be awesome. Today is your January 1st. You're going to start that new habit. Today is your January 1st. You're going to stay the course, and you will not only be awesome, but you will be consistently awesome on a daily basis. You'll make a difference for someone else. So thanks a lot. We appreciate you. And with that being said, for those folks that are just tuning in and want to know who in the LL Cool J is talking, that's me. My name, by the way, is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. And I promise you from the bottom of my heart, we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. God bless, and we wish you success. Thanks a lot, Erik, man. You rock. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.
Thank you. Promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Yes. Yeah.
And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win.
Thank you. God bless.